you say your name and how to spell it?
Yes, my name is TJ Bell, TJ, and then Bell.
Awesome. And tell me about your project.
Of course, yeah. So the name of our project is Renewable Energy Solution for Water and Environmental Restoration. And basically, there's a community in San Elias, Huachochi, Chihuahua, Mexico. And they're a very rural, kind of isolated community, don't have a lot of support. They had a wildfire there that was really devastating to them, and they were pretty much solely in charge of their cleanup. And Naiki is actually our team leader. She got us in contact with them and brought that to our attention. So super cool. But yeah, basically, we wanted to help reduce the recovery times from wildfire, like burn scar and being able to grow stuff. I mean, you see what burns look like. It's just terrible. So we wanted to reduce that recovery time from 20 to 25 years to 5 to 10 years. And we felt that we made a good attempt at proving the concept of that. And I guess I'll direct your attention to our picture of a design here. Essentially, we had a soil box here that we contaminated with post-wildfire soil, or like contaminants that we felt represented that, including garden lime, charcoal, and herbicides, because stuff gets spread around with wildfires because the soil is actually hydrophobic. So water it moves a lot more. Water treatment plants have problems. So yeah, that was our contamination. And basically we would simulate rainfall on that topography, and it would go down into our dirty water collection. And water pulled from here would look like this. And then we would pump it up into our filter that we designed the layers for. There's pea gravel, washed sand, activated charcoal, then a layer of cotton balls. And then at the bottom, we have red scoria or lava rock. And it's really like porous, small pores. And that was one of the part of the soil recovery that we wanted to do, was introduce healthy bacteria, because it just strips the life from the soil. So we have those red lava rocks in here and in the bottom of the filter, and they would pretty much consistently stay wet. And with all those pores, stuff would just grow. We did a general coliform bacteria test, and we found that every time something ran through both of these, we would test it like just regular water, and then we would go through our system, and it was always had more bacteria, which is what we were looking for. We also found that our system and filter was able to reduce the turbidity by 98.5%, just what the water looked like post-filter there. Absolutely clear. We were very proud of that. And we also found that it was able to reduce the heavy metal contaminants that we put in there. So we were really, really psyched. Our pH and turbidity and conductivity, all those numbers are kind of affected by the water that we are using, which is just city water. But those numbers are basically like when we go to research and try and continue this project, those are things that we're going to try and normalize to levels where plants are ideal, and stuff can grow. And one more thing about the design, all that clean water gets collected in a tank right here. And we actually checked with California standards that our water is clear to be able to use for irrigation. So that was the goal, is for them to be able to collect more water and then to be able to actually use it. And the soil's getting healed too. So it's just this whole thing that we're really proud of. And we did go to the work design competition and present this. And our lovely team lead, Naiki, she actually won the Terry McManus Outstanding Student Award for just being so on fire for this project. And really, I mean, like I said, she brought the idea to work with the San Elias community to us. I mean, it was really cool. We were in the Juarez Times. So cool. Newspaper. What? But yeah, so obviously very proud of her. And yeah, that basically is our project.
That's so cool. Is there anything else you would like to add?
We're a bunch of mechanical engineers that made a pretty complicated circuit that we're proud of, that controlled the whole thing. Ooh, and there is one more thing for real. So they're a rural community, right? San Elias is, and we wanted it to be able to be, we want them to be able to use it, especially if the power grid's not working. So that's why you see the turbine here. And that is the main source of power for the battery that runs our pump and the whole system. And on the prevention side of things, we do have an Arduino that is a part of this electronic board here too. And we actually monitor the soil moisture. And we found that through our trials, we were able to increase the moisture retention of the soil by 15 to 20%, which is a sign of the healing that we're wanting to do. And it's also able to be plugged into a wall for power, just for versatility. I'm done. That's it.
That's it. Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Thank you so much.